Hello buddy, Vanburman here. Just a quick one before we start the video. I wanted to make a mention to the supercut that is spoken about in the video. That one's going to be one that's upcoming from some other takes and stuff that we did. It's actually quite amusing. And yeah, enjoy the IRL discussion between myself and Lady Plagues. You can find her channel linked in the description as well. There's going to be some videos coming up at some point. But yeah, hope you enjoy and yeah, stay tuned for the next videos.
Oh, gonna have to move back a little bit. Yeah, that's all good.
Maybe I zoomed in or zoomed out a little bit. Anyway.
Hello, Will.
Hello. It's Vanburman here. Welcome to Bath.
That's right. We're actually
I'm showing you around Bath. This is my hometown here, and I work just over there. And this may or may not be Green Park.
I can't dispute any of that information. I mean, it could be true. It might not be. I mean, who's to say?
That's it.
No, we're here in Bath. We're actually the first time we've ever met in person.
It is, yeah. A couple hours ago.
In the 9 or so years that we've known each other.
Yeah. Lots of time over Skype, I guess.
God, it would have been. I mean, I want to say like 15 or 16 when we first met.
Yeah, and I was at university.
And now I'm 24.
Yep, and now I'm not.
Go on.
That old.
Go on, out.
30.
30? Say it.
That's it, yeah.
You're just 30.
How old do you think I was?
31.
How old do I look? Gosh. 31 this
You
year.
don't look a day over 29.
That's alright.
It's okay. And yeah, we're in this very, very nice location, which pretty much is just trees. Whole lot of fucking trees.
It's not bad.
Could be worse. I mean,
Got the river nearby?
yeah, the river, which actually isn't in shot because it's literally over there.
Behind you.
Behind me.
No, the camera.
Yeah.
The people watching, it's behind you.
There you go. Just spin your chair around. You'll find it. But now onto the topic of this very impromptu video that we totally haven't done a couple of times now.
No, we're not. We're not speaking about controversial topics at all. There's not a supercut version coming of this video.
I really hope there is. I'd love that.
Probably will be. Yeah, not gonna lie. So, what did you want to talk about on my channel? You got the microphone?
I
You're in
do.
shot?
It's very simple. I'm gonna interview you.
You can say whatever you. Okay, you can ask me whatever you want to ask me.
I am. What was your favourite?
Subscriber Q&A.
What was your favourite old video I ever made?
My favourite old video that you made?
Yes.
Well, I told you before that I really enjoyed the Thief series. That's a series rather than a video. The video that I enjoyed the most recently was your prototype, which I know is not on the channel anymore, but was the prototype retrospective. I'm very pleased to hear that there may be more of them coming in the future.
There very much are, and there he's smiling because he's known the actual video, the reason why we're recording this, because I feel like I've done this last time, where we had a podcast together like a year or two ago.
I tried to convince you to come back a little bit, or to get more involved, and then you were apprehensive, I would say.
Well, guess what? I'm going to now. I may or may not, but somehow I've commandeered some streaming equipment.
For free.
Yes, I didn't have to pay for it.
And never gave it back.
They didn't ask for it back, so...
Okay, fair enough.
Anyways, yeah, I'm going to be making more content again. It's going to be like the old days, except actually good this time.
No, I think some of the old stuff was good, and it's all I think it's all a learning experience as well, in my opinion. You get to where you are now from the mistakes and trials and tribulations you've had in the past, which is why pretty much all the Vanburman videos are still available on the channel. All 1,100 of them. Watch the back catalogue right now. No, don't.
That's a brave move, that. I gotta say, I appreciate that from like a archival point of view, you know? To have it as a back catalogue and be like, this is the person I was, this is who I am now, and to see the curvature of growth. That is very, very...
Very mature, isn't it? Very mature
it
point
is.
of view.
I refuse to do that myself.
15 years on this platform, so...
It's most of my life.
Yes, yeah. Well, rivaling people like Ashens, for example. He's on 16 years.
It's pretty crazy when you think about it, that you've been around for a very long time, you've kind of seen trends come and go, and you've always sort of done your own thing.
And always been incredibly unsuccessful, yeah, but it's fine.
Did you have a good time, though?
Yeah, I did.
That's all that matters. And that's why we're sort of here. We're here to say
That's what you're
that
going to start, isn't it? I guess. To
Yeah.
rekindle.
I'm going to rekindle, because when I first made videos, I think I quit in January 2017 when I was 19 years old. No, I was 18 at the time. And I quit. I want to do something else. And I went and I made records, and I went to uni, and I had a career to worry about, which I've kind of done all the things I wanted to do with my career.
Live performances.
Yeah, which I took Vanburman to the place which I performed a few months ago.
Yeah. Unsuccessfully.
I'm surprised I got let back in.
Nah, well, I didn't see your face on the wall, so you can't have been too bad.
They were just too afraid of me.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's just fear. Goodness.
So
Well,
do you want to talk about what your plans are a little bit? Like, not to be too not to be like too casting in stone, but do you want to give a flavour of what you'll be working on?
Of course. So the whole kind of point of coming back for me is to go through a lot of the games that I once streamed and reviewed and played back in 2012. So we're doing a retrospective of all the games that original channel covered 10 years ago. Off the top of my head, Spec Ops: The Line, Ninja Gaiden 3.
I wouldn't like overcommit, but the one like which one is the one out of the 2012 lineup that infuses you the most? Which one are you ready to go and play again right now?
Ninja Gaiden 3 is the first one.
Okay.
We're also going to redo the prototype video. And then we're going to do the prototype 2 video.
So you're just going to redo the audio for the prototype video, redo the script. That'd be good. Yeah.
Going to tighten it up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Because that was really. I mean, that's not available on the channel anymore, is it? Anyway, I don't think. So, but it was a really good video, especially for someone who's maybe played it when it came out and not played it again since. Good to rediscover the story and see the gameplay and remember actually how much of a cool game it was.
Prototype really was ahead of its time. And it's one of those games which, imagine it nowadays with today's technology. Imagine what you could do with an open world Manhattan in 2022 with that kind of carnage and that kind of viscera on a scale like that. It kind of reminds me, in the late 2000s, early 2010s, we had a lot of open world games like that. We had Spider-Man Web of Shadows, we had Whole Combat Destruction, we had Prototype, we had its sequel, and we had maybe the first Infamous, maybe Infamous 2, and then that was it afterwards. We never really got games of that same scale ever again. I feel like a lot of games after that kind of became an open world survival game with crafting and survival elements.
Yeah, I would say that was sort of, after that you've got the sort of rise in popularity of DayZ, haven't you? Of the mod. Well, the mod was around for much longer, but that definitely picked up. And then we had things like 7 Days to Die, roughly around that sort of time, I think. And then obviously that then led to Rust, Ark, where we are now, effectively.
PUBG, Fortnite.
Metal Gear Survive.
Less said about that last one, the better, I reckon.
The greatest Metal Gear Solid game.
I mean, who wouldn't want to play as the character from Metal Gear Survive? It was just so memorable. I mean, his name was...
Whatever. Did they have a name? I don't know.
I don't think it's for us to say.
Stab crystal zombies in the face with a big stick, right?
I believe
I
so.
think that's what it was about. I never played it. Thank God.
So talk to me about... How do you feel about like the current state of the platform that you're on now, that you've worked so hard to cultivate? Yeah.
YouTube is a fickle place at the best of times. Trends come and go. I think at the minute there's a lot of more of a refocus around more sort of like drama, political content. I would say is more in the popularity at the minute. I think that the space that I sort of enjoy to watch, maybe not produce as much content myself in like the tech sphere, has been really stifled by the chip shortage, by cryptocurrency, mining and the rest of it. So I feel like that's, to me, that's sort of taken a bit of a backseat. People have had to be a bit more creative to stay relevant, which is, I guess, part of the challenge of being like a sole trader or like independent media business, if you like. And like I would say that the like streaming gaming side of things is more saturated now than ever, and unless you have a particular insight or like specialist opinion, or you are like particularly good or particularly engaging, it's very difficult to harness an audience, I guess. And sometimes I think the way to get ahead or get a start is with a unique bit of like hardware or mod or something like that that you are bringing to people for the first time. I think it was like that back when me and you probably were up and coming, if you like, and for always up and coming, you know what I mean. But now it's like this absolute necessity if you want to reach out to more than 7 people on a video.
I agree with that. There's really not a whole lot I can kind of add to that conversation. I feel like if it isn't YouTube or it isn't Google trying to like rank organically, the only real way you're going to win is knowing an algorithm and being very lucky. Because we all like to think that online is a meritocracy. That the better your content is, automatically it's going to get seen and be super visible and you're going to get 1 million views and what have you. But it doesn't really work like that. It's not really even audience driven, it's algorithm driven. It's driven by a machine before it even hits a person. And that's the thing, you're always kind of competing against the system before you even get to an audience.
I would probably have to agree, but then I don't spend enough time concerning myself with it. I spend more time just doing stuff I want to do and making videos. And if I happen to be lucky, then that's just how I see it, I guess. But you're right, there is all those systems in place behind it, and here's what it is, I guess. As far as I'm concerned, like I say, it's a personal project, personal channel for me anyway, and that's the way I've always seen it. So whether 1 person watches this video or 1,000 people watch this video,
1,000 people should watch this video.
I don't know. Then it's fine. It's worth it. I know you'll watch this video, so there you go.
Why do you think I'm going to watch this video?
Why wouldn't you watch this video? You want to see what I've done with it. You want to see how it's been edited, how it comes across, the supercut at the end, which I've apparently.
I have a feeling like this video is going to be this bit at the very beginning, and then the last bit is just going to be Alexa incriminates herself for like 30 minutes straight.
AMD can go kill themselves.
Oh come on! I didn't
making CPUs.
I didn't quite say it like that.
No. But their Radeon division is getting some serious shade from you.
I mean,
from the hardware editor.
The Radeon division deserves all the shade and derision that it gets. Division. It deserves to be a mediocre Ubisoft game.
No, nothing deserves to be a mediocre Ubisoft game.
What do you views on Assassin's Creed in 2022?
The same as my opinion on Assassin's Creed has always been. It's crap. I give it 2 out of 10.
I'm really excited for Final Fantasy 16, aren't you?
No.
I really can't wait for Starfield. I think it's going to be a masterpiece.
No, we already have No Man's Sky, so I might just play that instead.
You know, I think that the Final Fantasy VII remake Part 2 is going to be even better than the first part.
Depends how long it takes to come out.
I was not expecting you to placate all of those answers.
Placate? No? Okay. I often feel as though maybe I only really tend to make YouTube videos when I'm being quite negative. I was hoping you were going to pick up then and talk about your previous rants and stuff.
Oh yeah, so
I was leading you to that, like, oh yes, I understand, No?
Let's briefly speak about that. So, back in 2013 until about 2015, I made what you would call a shoot commentary. An unscripted, off-the-cuff,
Like
straight... Yeah. But we're being nice to each other because we're friends.
Oh, okay.
We're friends, right?
Go on then, carry on.
Huh? An unscripted, off-the-cuff kind of video. You get onto a mic and you just say what you want to say without a filter, without a script, without timing, without research, without knowledge.
Without research, yeah, that's always a good idea.
You just go. And it was the kind of video which at the time was very popular.
Apparently so. I never made them.
But it did a fair few things for me way back when.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. Such as?
Well, certain videos would get thousands of views and
You were.
it made a fair bit of money. And sometimes the person in the videos would find the videos you made about them and launch a massive tirade on social media. And then you may or may not have filmed a video where you laugh at them for trying to insult you on the internet. And then sometimes they threaten you with defamation of character. And then you would say defamation.
And then you become Jim Sterling.
I'd rather kill myself than be Jim Sterling. You know what? No. I'm sorry, but Jim Sterling in a wig, what's all that? Just remember, I'm transgender, I have nothing against non-binary people, but come on, it's a bit funny.
The wigs.
Yeah. I mean...
They are colourful.
But, okay, this isn't the thing about identity. I just think Jim Sterling was always very eccentric.
Yes.
You know, they were always someone that, liked to shock and be provocative.
Yeah.
And so Jim Sterling in a wig is quite amusing.
Jim Sterling in a wrestling ring is quite amusing.
Well, you mean Stardust?
Yeah.
I like this. Is not a critique of Jim Sterling. I like Jim Sterling.
Jim Stephanie Sterling. Come on, full name, please.
I forgot. I forgot. There you go. You learn something new every day. Some days you're the hero, and some days you live long enough to see yourself right with a Destructoid.
I don't know what that means. Any case, I was actually I thought of a story actually that might be quite interesting to you. You were talking about potentially being about creators finding your videos and not liking them. So I used to do a lot of videos on smaller independent games, like early access type things where the demos were about, and I thought that was maybe a good way to branch into people being able to see my video because it's niche, because maybe other people haven't looked at those videos. They're more independent, they're up and coming. Potentially, if they do get released, people want to see review videos for them, and my early access videos, if you like, might have been interesting. So I did one on a game called Rush Bros that's out on Steam right now. You can go and buy it. I don't know how much it is, about £10 or something like that. And I played the demo for that. And I said I was very critical, and the video's still on the Vanburman channel. And I believe that their comment is still on my channel. But they were very upset with the fact that I criticised them because they classed themselves as a racing game. There was no racing involved. It was a platformer where you have to get through the platform, avoiding obstacles, and get to the end and beat the person that you're playing against, effectively. So in that sense, it was a racing game. It was a race against time, effectively. So it was more like a time trial type of game. But I ripped them a new one for basically trying to say that they were, a traditional racing game, as in with cars and that sort of thing, and that they described themselves incorrectly, and it wasn't as promised, and it wasn't polished. I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't particularly good early on, but I was very critical of the concept when there's actually nothing wrong with the concept. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't my cup of tea. And I thought about it recently. It's one of the things I thought about recently in the last few months, and I've come to the conclusion I was wrong to make those assumptions on that particular game, because it can be a racing game. It fits in. It's racing against the clock, against someone you're competing against, and there's no reason that's not an unfair descriptor. And I think sometimes it takes a bit of separation and distance for you to be able to really assess your opinion on things. But they got quite upset with me. And at the time I felt particularly put out, I guess, that they'd come back with me because I felt quite right in having that opinion at the time. I'm not saying it's a good game, I'm not saying I'll go and play it or anything like that, but with hindsight and distance comes a level of maturity, I think, in terms of how we perceive what other people put out. I don't know whether that is something you feel as though you might have gained now from back then, or if you're still very off the cuff and maybe a bit rash. I guess I would say I was quite rash.
I think I've matured a lot.
Yeah, that's good. I'm looking forward to seeing your new content as well, because the sort of, if you like, the pilot episodes for this new one that you're coming out were very good, very much more mature, much more based in, I would say, evidence and research, using the skills that you've clearly got and you've clearly been working towards. And that's why I think that your videos, whether they achieve views or not, because I can't say for certain if that will be the case, but in terms of quality and I guess a good provenance of where it comes from will be there. I know that for certain.
Thank you very much.
That's okay.
I want to dial back on the Jim Sterling thing. It was just the absurdity of bright coloured wigs. It wasn't a personal attack on Jim Stephanie Sterling.
And just like that, I've diffused the situation.
Just for the full record.
Okay, Homicide Games. Homicide Studio, I don't know whatever they're called. You know, the ones that took him to court.
Could be worse. Could be Day One Gary's incident.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Pretty bad. So, final thoughts or release date for next video. I'm going to put you on the spot. What's the date?
August
The
10th.
what year?
2020.
Every year.
When's your birthday?
September.
What year?
Every year.
Classic.
Classic. If you don't know where that's from, you're too young to watch this video.
There you go, see. Could be worse. You could be someone in a shirt that's slightly too big for him, and a jacket that's slightly too small, with hair that came out of the 1980s, thinking any of this shit went together.
Yeah, but I'm not, so that's fine. Oh, no, but I must say, it's been great to finally meet you. Of course, it's been a great year, really, so far. Been able to meet people I've been friends with for a long time. And another one to cross off, and now I never have to see you ever again, so that's great. No, I'm joking, I am joking. Yeah, it's good to meet you in person and have a drink with you and everything else. And do the video, of course, why not? I think that's probably a given at this point.
Surprised it's so light. It's about 9:30 now.
Yeah, it's a bit late, but
Goodness.
yeah. Any other final thoughts? I always drag out the end of videos for too long, so I might have to cut this out. But
we've known each other for 9 years. Here's to the next decade, huh?
yeah, we'll go past the first decade first.
Well, I mean, technically we have. 2013, we're into 2020.
Exactly. So you still got 6 months. I guess. Yeah. Best part of 6 months. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.